I'm sorry to bother you. I know you always say you've got piles of work to do, but whenever I come in, you never seem to be doing it. But I think you should know I am not working with Dr. Haslam.
Does that mean you're not working with him when you want to? You are and you don't? Or just an excuse to yank my door off its hinges?
I'm not down to it, I want to.
Well, just change the list. I shouldn't think anyone will mind.
Is that it?
That's it.
No, I'm sorry, Joyce, that's not good enough.
Now what?
You know very well I came in here for a fight, and I refuse to leave until I've had one.
Oh, God, is it Friday already?
Pardon?
Well, it's always on a Friday, isn't it? All the men are too knackered for a brawl, so you come in here and thrash me about. I wouldn't mind if you just wanted some feminine support.
I can get that in Marks and Spencer's.
All right, come on. What is it?
He wants a divorce.
Who?
Who does one normally get divorced from? Arnold Schwarzenegger, my husband, for heaven's sake.
Raymond wants a divorce?
Oh, try and keep up, Joyce. I've got 2 gallbladders this morning.
But I thought you wanted one.
I do. I just don't want him to want one, that's all. Because I'm not 100% sure yet that I want one.
So tell him.
I'm not going crawling to that half-wit Tuscan. I've got some pride left, even if not much.
Sheila, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't want you to get angry, but just in case you do, I don't give a shot pot.
Tell me what?
Separation does not suit you. To be quite blunt, since you and Raymond split up, you've become an antagonistic pain in the neck.
Rubbish. I was an antagonistic pain in the neck long before that.
You've got the whole hospital up in arms. Do you realise I get more complaints about you than I do about the plumbing? And believe me, half the emergency calls in this entire place are for dino rod. Also, you're working too hard. All the things you could delegate, you don't. You're a consultant surgeon, for Pete's sake. Leave the piddling stuff to somebody else.
And what do I do?
Skive off down the pub like everybody else.
You're actually suggesting...
Well, not officially, of course not. I am, as it were, talking out of the side of my mouth.
As a student of anatomy, I can assure you it's coming out a long way from there.
You're wearing yourself out, Sheila. You need a break. Go away for the weekend or something.
I can cope as well as any man in this hospital, and you know it.
I wasn't saying that, you daft bint. Why do you take everything as a personal affront? I'm a woman too.
Rubbish! Anyone can put a frock on and paint their toenails. I know at least 2 porters who do it regularly.
Well, I've said my bit. If you choose to ignore it...
I don't need a break. I am not going away for the weekend, and if I choose to remove every appendix from here to Chipping Sodbury, I'll do it. Incidentally, I thought daft bint was a bit weak. I'm going to get a much better punch up in this cupboard.
Well, I did my best. Is it all right?
Well, somebody must have done it.
Don't look at me, I'm neutral. I just stand in the background and hope I don't get shot by a stray.
You look cheap, frankly. I mean, no one asked me.
No one asked me.
Not that I mind, I just mind that no one asked me if I minded. I mean, that's the problem these days. If one does mind, and no one asks, how the hell's anyone going to know? Makes me ruddy angry.
Jonathan, do you know anything about this operating list?
What about it?
Well, 1 minute I'm down to work with Sheila, and the next someone scribbled my name out and put you down.
I do not scribble. One does not scribble with a gold-plated parka.
You mean it was you? Why?
Well, you'd only get upset. I'm sure if you just accept it, we'd all save a fortune in Mogadon.
Now, look here, Sheila. If someone doesn't want to work with me, I think I've got a right to know why.
I want to work with Jonathan, that's all.
In preference to me?
No, I'd work with a duck-billed platypus in preference to you.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like to know why.
All right. You keep singing.
Singing?
As soon as the patient's asleep, you burst into Bridge Over Troubled Water. Like Paul Simon wrote it for the Beckenham Boot Boys. Not to mention every other word being in a different key. I spend the whole time operating on tiptoe trying to shove you up an octave.
Most people like my singing.
I dare say if you were a salesman for Kitty Cat, they'd love it. Personally, I'd rather listen to a hedge trimmer.
But you've still got no right to change the list. Oh, come on, Sheila. Look, if I don't work with you, I'm going to get stuck with Hope Wynne. Blooming tonsils, adenoids, and screaming kids all morning.
Simon, do you mind? I'm trying to concentrate on Nicaragua.
Oh. Why do you do that?
What?
Well, I've always thought Simon's quite a nice chap. I can't see any reason to lay into it.
I thought I was quite pleasant.
That was as far from pleasant as I've seen outside a Turkish prison. Are you telling me you like him?
Well, of course I do, otherwise you'd be scraping it off the walls by now. Something wrong?
No, no.
Yes, there is. I can always tell when there's something wrong. You get that glazed look, like a frozen halibut.
Well, if you really want to know, I think you've been getting a bit grumpy lately.
Pardon?
Grumpy, bad-tempered, niggly.
I know what grumpy means. I do possess an O-level.
Well, there you are. Look, you're being grumpy now.
Very grumpy or just mildly contentious?
Does it matter?
Well, of course it matters. If I'm accused of being grumpy, I want to know just exactly how grumpy I'm supposed to be.
Well, I don't know. Grumpy.
Jonathan, if you mention that word once more, you may very well carry your teeth home in a bucket. What is the matter with everyone today? I come in here for a quiet glance at the paper and get sniped up by every budding pistolero in the place. I've a good mind to go and sit in the changing rooms.
Why not? That's where everybody else is. Nothing.
That was not nothing. Nothing is what you get when you ring the gas board. I want to know what you said. Are you telling me that everyone's sitting in the changing rooms because I'm an antagonistic pain in the neck?
Not without a 40-yard start, no.
Never heard such rubbish in all my life. Good grief, I'm not that bad. I may get a bit rough sometimes.
Well, let's just forget it, shall we?
It's like something out of a Marx Brothers film. Good grief.
Yes, well.
Excuse me. Anyone mind if we borrow the milk?
So anyway, there we are. Me and my wife, George and his wife, slumped round the table at this dinner party, crate full of empties out in the kitchen. Suddenly George looks at his watch, stands up and says, time to go.
Perfectly natural, 2:30 in the morning, getting a bit drowsy. So we get in the car, wave goodbye and drive off.
So?
The damn dinner party was at my house.
By the time he realised he'd just come from where he was trying to go, he got lost.
They'd gone upstairs to bed.
Because he'd driven off in my car.
Jonathan? What do you do at the weekend?
Well, tell him. I fancy you rotten and I want to go out with you.
Can't say that. They don't know I'm a brazen hussy.
Oh, Sheila. Shall I call you?
Not now, Joyce. I'm in a rush.
It won't take a minute. Now, listen, I've been thinking. Alec and I are going to Leeds Castle tomorrow. Why don't you come? You'll love it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Oh, come on, Sheila. They've got a whole orchestra in the grounds, fireworks, draft Guinness.
No, I told you I'm busy.
Busy doing what?
I'm just busy. Does it matter?
Yes, it does. I'm a nosy old bag. Busy doing what?
Going fishing. What? Well, it was your idea. Take a break, you said. Go away for the weekend. Well, I don't see what's so damn funny. Joyce, if you bite one more lump out of your cheek, you're going to look like a piece of Emmental. If one single person sees me like this, I shall emigrate to Australia.
Come on. Well, what do you think?
Of what?
I thought you'd be impressed. It's always struck me as quite picturesque, really. All the trees and fields.
They have trees in Kensington.
Real trees, not country trees. Get the impression they'll clock off at 5 and go back to some squat in Fulham. Well, do you want to get out?
Not really. Why?
Well, unless a few trout come passing by in a Volkswagen, you might have to look for a river.
It's raining.
Well, it's nearly stopped. Besides, a bit of water doesn't hurt.
It may not hurt a tadpole, but I happen to be a human being. I'm not getting out in that. It's wet.
Sheila, how on earth are we supposed to go fishing if you won't even get out of the car?
I naturally assumed we'd cancel.
And do what?
I don't know. Go somewhere else. Onto a club or something.
This isn't the West End, you know. Round here, people think the Bee Gees is some kind of equine disease.
In which case, country folk have more intelligence than I'd first thought.
Besides, rain's good for fishing. Brings them to the surface.
Oh, whoopee. It's no good, Jonathan. I've got to stop.
We're almost there.
Well, I'm sorry. The heart is willing, but the feet outnumber it. 5 minutes, he said. I'll be amazed if a local speak English.
All right. Suppose a short break won't do any harm.
Thank you. Is it always like this?
Like what?
Well, it seems an awful lot of trouble just to dangle some string in a river. My son got the Duke of Edinburgh Award for less. To be perfectly honest, I don't even like fish.
As a matter of fact, neither do I.
What?
I can't stand them. Bring me out in a rash.
Why do you do it?
Well, as yet, nobody's told me where you can catch a good steak.
Well, if you don't like fish, what do you do when you catch one?
Throw it back, normally.
Oh, God, no wonder they always look so fed up. Jonathan, are you sure we're going the right way?
Positive. Why?
Well, I was never a brownie, but I can't see any river.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, then.
This is ridiculous. How can anybody lose an entire waterway? Oh, sit down, Jonathan. You look like a disorientated windsock. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't like fish, I don't like fish. I dare say fish all over the world are singing Ave Maria.
I thought you'd enjoy the sport, that's all.
Well, I'd hardly call it a sport. The only one who seems to get any exercise is the poor fish. There it is, tiddling about, looking for scraps, and suddenly wallop. It's flying through the air with its top lip 4 feet ahead of it. And what happens? 10 seconds later, it's lobbed back in, gasping for breath, without a hint of an apology in sight. Surprised they haven't all moved to Venezuela.
You're not enjoying any of this, are you?
Well, I'm just not au fait with the countryside, that's all. I mean, one sees it out of a train window when the telegraph's on strike.
Is that the closest you ever got? A train window?
I've always thought of it as a place to put cows so they don't block up Oxford Street. Not now, obviously. Trout round here, then, is it?
What?
Well, assuming we're still in the northern hemisphere, it would be trout, I suppose.
And the clue?
Well, what do you normally catch?
Old boots, mostly. The odd cast-iron bedstead.
You know, I'm beginning to think you don't know the first thing about fishing. And there was me thinking you were second only to Captain Birdseye.
We're not all technique maniacs. I just put a maggot on a hook and yank in anything that's passing.
Maggot?
Well, I tried bread that seemed to resent the come-down.
How on earth do you find maggot?
You don't. You buy them in a shop.
Are you telling me that I have just lugged a whole bag full of pre-pubic blue bottles halfway across England?
Oh, they're in a box.
I don't care if they're in a nuclear bunker. Jonathan, really, biscuit sometimes. What's in the basket? Sheep droppings?
Just a few sandwiches.
Well, I'm sorry. That's it. I want to go home.
You're not serious.
When I am not serious, I shall smile. Until then, consider me rabid.
We've only been here 45 minutes.
Well, I don't like it. I didn't like it after the first 5 minutes, and the other 40 would have passed quicker watching an omnibus edition of Night Thoughts.
Well, you might have to leave to give it a chance.
Right. If that's the way you feel, I shall catch a train.
What?
It's perfectly simple. I shall wander off, a woman alone, into the wilderness and catch a train.
All right.
What?
If you want to catch a train, I can't stop you.
Fine. Well, thank you for a very pleasant afternoon. If I ever suggest doing it again, shoot me!
Fine.
Where's the station?
There isn't one.
You knew that! I could have been wandering round here like an oxygen-starved Sherpa till Christmas.
Well, there is one, about 10 miles away. You could hire a horse.
Won't be necessary. I shall flag down a car.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Map.
Look, I've got a car we can drive back together.
No, thank you. We drove here together, and if I want a repeat performance, I shall sit in a spin dryer. Now, are you going to give me that map, or am I going to scream rape?
I wouldn't bother. Round here, that's just another crop. You can read one, I suppose?
I am a doctor. If I can find my way around the human body, I can navigate the Zambezi. I just need to know where we are, that's all.
Where we usually are. Clamped to each other's throats.
Jonathan!
Look, you are not going off on your own. It's too dangerous.
I am perfectly capable of looking after myself, thank you.
I wasn't thinking of you. Some innocent bull might think you're just a woman.
If you don't tell me where we are, I shall never speak to you again. No, scrub that. I shall speak to you incessantly.
We're there. All right?
Thank you.
And next time you come back, collect £200. God.
Thank you so much for stopping. I wonder if you could give me a lift to the station. It's just down the road a few miles. Only my car's broken down.
Sí, entiendo.
Lo siento, señora, es que acabamos de llegar en su
Look,
país.
what are you, Spanish?
Sí, sí.
Well, por favor. Je veux aller à la gare. Surely you can speak French. Even the French can do that. Thank you very much.
Ah, thank you very much.
Sheila! Sheila!
Could you give me a lift to the station? It's just down the road.
Mum, I feel sick again.
Look, I'd like to help. You can see the problem. Apart from the car being full, the little one's been throwing up like a soup dispenser. Frankly, if I make the next town without violence, the first thing I'm going to do is look for a bloody taxidermist. I'm sorry, love, but you know, sorry.
Sheila!
Excuse me! Excuse... Hello! Hello! Get... Fascist!
Excuse me. Have you seen a young woman anywhere?
A young woman? No, I don't think so. Someone gone missing?
Well, I don't think it's that serious. I'm just a bit worried, that's all.
Yes, of course. What does she look like?
Medium height, darkish, rather nice looking.
Police? I was just saying, maybe you ought to tell the police.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
kind of sandwiches?
Liver paste.
Oh. Anything to drink?
Yes, actually. Champagne.
You brought champagne?
Spanish.
Oh, well. Romeo wasn't built in a day. I take it we can go and meet in the car.
Yes, if you like. As long as you've got the map.
What?
The map. I gave you the map.
Yes, well, but I mean, you do know the area, don't you? I mean, it's not indispensable.
I don't know where we are. I can't find the car without the map. Oh, for God's sake.
If you hadn't made me so angry, I wouldn't have thrown it on the ground.
Sheila, he says he'll take us to the next village now. Will you just get it?
I do not travel with cows.
Morning. Nice weekend?
Sister, yes, thank you. You?
Not bad.
Huh.
Well, I said I'm sorry. I don't see what more I can do. Look, it was mainly your fault. I mean, if Hannibal had had your sense of direction, there'd have been elephant muck all over Watford. You know, I'm beginning to think that you didn't intend going fishing in the first place.
Not really, no.
What?
I never intended going fishing. If we'd actually stumbled across a river, I'd probably have faked a coronary.
Are you telling me that...
Well, you wouldn't have liked it.
Why?
Because I could see that look in your eye. That sod the river, let's get a couple of rock salmon at B-Jams look. I just planned a picnic. Bit of a chat. I thought you might prefer it.
Well, why on earth didn't you say something?
Because every time I open my mouth, your foot hurtles into it like the front row of the All Blacks. When it comes to complaints, you've got a list longer than Gone with the Wind. Besides, I thought you might say no.
Anyone seen Mrs. Santini?
Jonathan, do me a favour. Don't say a word to Joyce.
Why not?
Sheila, this is the end. The absolute end. Are you listening to me?
Joyce, my word, you do look well. Good weekend?
Yes, thank you. It rained as expected, but you seem to have had a great time.
Not bad. Why?
Well, perhaps you can explain why every surgeon in this hospital received one of these on his desk this morning.
Excuse me.
Look, fry it, poach it, or stuff it, but don't bring it to me. I've got one.
Don't I get one?
£1.50 a pound, catch your own.